For me, this book was going to be the best part of this box set. Though was not to be. Great looking cover with artwork based on the European Tour 1978 programme, the News of the World Tour. The artwork has been altered for this project with a nice thick hard cover, and there's 64 pages in all. So let's go through and see what's inside. Title pages, of course, and the first photos we see are of the promotional robot for the News of the World album. Great photo of some of the other promo items that were at the EMI offices in London, and the band meeting Frank Kelly Freas, and also the original Astounding Science Fiction magazine. There is also a letter from Brian from a fan club magazine in summer 1977, and another from Roger from the autumn issue, and a one-sided acetate of the We Are the Champions single. This is one of the US ads from Elektra Records, which is wrongly described as a press release. I personally would have liked to have seen all the very nice trade ads and posters from around the world associated with the album and singles, but we only get to see this one. Also featured in the book are some very nice rehearsal photos of the band at Shepperton Studios. Here they are rehearsing for the North American News of the World Tour in October 1977. Really nice these. If you haven't seen these before, it gives a great insight into the band rehearsing and complements the footage in the DVD. A great photo here of the huge billboard display that was erected on Sunset Strip in LA by Elektra Records at the time. Some nice photos here of the band on stage at sound checks on the US tour, and a few backstage shots too. The Queen tour dates are here from the tour and are printed here, but unfortunately there are quite a few venues which are incorrect. Looks like no one has bothered to check this detail before going to print. So here's a great shot of the crown at the start of the show, and featuring the lighting rig in full flight and ascending above the stage. Freddie on piano at soundcheck and Brian backstage in the tuning area prior to the concert. A couple of live shots here, and a really bad mistake here too. A photo here of Roger has already been printed previously on this page. Again, this is lack of proofreading and attention to detail, and any kind of checking before going to print. Things like this ruin the book for me, but we'll move on. Some more photos here showing the band in their costumes and what they were wearing on stage for this tour, and some colour ones. With all the great items of merchandise that was available on this tour, we see again this Madison Square Garden poster and just one of the many tour shirts and tickets. Some of these photos haven't been seen or published before, which is nice to see. Another big mistake here. This is a photo of Brian on the American Jazz Tour from late 1978 and not the News of the World Tour. So again, lack of attention to detail, I'm afraid. Included here is a letter from Bob Harris from a fan club magazine in winter 1977. And he states here that he's making a documentary with the band, and as you'll see, some of the footage from this is on the accompanying DVD. More live photos. Oh dear. Here's another photo in the wrong year. This photo of Roger is also from the US Jazz Tour in late 78 and not here in 1977. And there's little niggly things as well This was such a big concert, you know, one of the best ever concerts they played live, in my opinion anyway, both visually and orally. And doesn't state anywhere that this was their Forum Christmas gig. Nice accompanying photo. It would have been nice to show people where it was from, why these characters were appearing on stage with the band. They kind of, looks like they lost interest at this point, and there's no more notes about what's inside here. But there you go. Freddie's letter from spring '78, where he briefly mentions the show, but you wouldn't know it was this one. This is from another fan club magazine. Now we're on to the European tour in 1978. Still the News of the World tour, and the dates and venues printed here with a great poster. Some nice photos follow. And another big mistake here. This photo is also from the North American Jazz Tour in late 1978, which is many months away from this tour. Unbelievable. And nice to see my magazine reprinted here. That was photographed from my collection. Not that I get any acknowledgement for it, but there you go. A great photo of John here, along with one of the posters from this tour, and a couple of single covers from 1978. There could have been so many more photos included in this book, a real missed opportunity. Here's John Deacon's letter from the fan club magazine in summer 1978. And to end the book, we have the lyrics to the songs on the album. These were originally included on the LP's inner sleeve, but are in here instead. All the tracks that are included on the vinyl LP and CDs are listed here. And the original sleeve notes for the time, followed by the 40th anniversary sleeve notes for this particular edition. And so ends the book. Bit disappointed. There are many more photos they could have used, and simply by proofreading could have corrected the mistakes inside. So the original News of the World album on CD, the Raw Sessions CD, bonus tracks CD, and the American Dream DVD, which was also shown on TV recently as Queen Rock the World. So there you go. Musically, a great box set with many unheard and alternate recordings. Visually, it could have been much better.